As councils across Australia strive to enhance their livability, parklets are proving popular among city communities. A poll of 300+ citizens gathered for the inaugural Perth City Summit in August found parklets are the street activation people would most like to see. But why are they so desirable? San Francisco is central to the parklet story. In 2005, the design collective Rebar turned a parking space into a park for 2 hours as a comment on the use and control of public space in the city. This was followed in 2006 by the installation of more than 40 temporary parks for Park, Ing, Day, now an annual international event. Further reading, a day for turning parking spaces into pop-up parks. By 2010, San Francisco had introduced a policy to help create parklets. This has set an important precedent for parklet policies in Australia and internationally. There are now more than 50 parklets across San Francisco. According to its Pavements to Parks program, these parklets have appeared under the sponsorship of non-profits, small businesses, neighborhood groups, and others. This account conveys a strong sense of democracy and accessibility. Anyone can install a parklet in their city, and apparently many do. The deepest national parklet, aka the Deepet, the parklet installed by Deep Jawa outside his home in the Mission District, is a celebrated example. The neglected role of business. We hear much less about the businesses behind parklets. Cafes, bakeries, bars and pizza shops have installed almost all of the 50+ parklets in San Francisco. Deepesta is exceptional not merely for its topiary dinosaur but for its non-commercial nature. This is not surprising, since the proponent pays for installation and maintenance. And the costs are significant, typically these can be well over $20,000. The term parklet can be traced to San Francisco. It was coined by city planner Andres Power as a catchier name for Rebar's proposed walklet. But there are many other precedents for the intervention itself. Perhaps the most obvious, given the strong connection between parklets and cafes, is the long-standing use of footpaths and roadways as restaurant dining areas. The parklet outside Van's Cafe in Cottesloe, for example, was approved under an al fresco dining license. Converting a parking space into a sitting space is hardly revolutionary. Yet advocates of parklets rarely make this connection. The story of parklets as entirely new, stemming from Rebar's DIY park, is far more appealing, suggesting a bottom-up, creative and democratic remaking of the public realm. The link to one of the world's most innovation-rich cities doesn't hurt, either. The reluctance of planners and policymakers to connect parklets to business also reflects concerns about the commercialization and commodification of the city. The problems of privately owned public spaces, POPs, provided by large developers in exchange for variations to planning rules, are well documented, particularly the issues of high levels of management and surveillance. Further reading, private events help fund public parks, but there's a cost too.